Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Alright, we gotta talk about this scene with Sonny and John, Anna, and Ava. Here's the thing. I started watching in the year 2000 when I was still in high school. There's a lot of things that I don't know, or I didn't know, about Sonny. Some stuff I did, but some stuff I didn't. Now I heard about this whole Karen thing and Sonny, having Karen strip and giving her, we'll sit there and say candies, right? When John explained it, I'm gonna be. Let me just ask y'all this question. Knowing what you know, what Sonny did, does that change how you feel about him? If you're a Sonny fan, do you still feel that you could be a Sonny fan? Because I'm gonna be honest, when I heard some of the stuff that he did, I, first of all, this chick Karen was coming from an abuse home. She was a victim of SH, right? And he convinced her to, I don't know, I guess take back her power by stripping. But I didn't know that this chick was underage. When I found that out, I was like, Jesus Christ. That's wow. Then, because if you didn't think it was bad enough, it turned out that he slept with her. Now, when he's talking about this whole thing, Ava's not there listening, and, John's like, this is a guy that just not defending. This is up to the point where it's like, she knew, she found out that Karen suffered from, she dealt with SH and convinced her to strip. And Sunny and Ava was like, did you know all that before you decided to, have her get on stage and do all that stuff? And Sunny was like, yeah. And the way that he sat there and tried to explain it, like, oh, he was there as a friend, he was there to sit there and listen because, he went through an abusive home and everything like that. And I know this is going to sound really bad, but you know what kind of people that try to convince everyone else that they're doing the right thing, or tries to convince this person that they're only doing this for your best interest? Predator. That's wow. And after he explains all that, he talks about Stone, and he's like, you used him to make your reputation look better, because apparently people found out, like, bro, you sleeping with minors, and you getting them to do all this stuff. Like, what kind of horrible demon are you? Wait, he is helping this kid, this lost kid that has HIV and is there to, he's really there for him. He seems like he has a heart of gold. To just, kind of wash away the ugliness that I'm just baffled at this point. And, Sonny was like, I did love him and stuff like that. And, John was like, yeah, okay, you probably did. But it still worked towards your benefit. And that's when he talks about Robin. And that's when he talks about Anna, being like, this is the reason why you have so much affection for him, because of Robin. So after all that goes down, and, he's talking about how he could hold them both in federal federal jail, whatever, or holding whatever for 48 hours. No need stress this, that, and the third, right? John goes to go take a call, and then Sonny continues to stonewall. He was stonewalling from the beginning, and he's still stonewalling after. And so when she leaves, you know what Ava says? I believe you. I believe you was there to sit there and help that young poor woman. Ava, you have a daughter that in a couple of years will be the same age that Karen was. And you're still saying that? Wow. Anyway, long story short, Sonny finds out that Dante got shot. So Jason's with Dante, looking at the blood that's coming out of his bulletproof vest. I just want to sit there and remind everyone that he has a bulletproof vest, and somehow these bullets still got through. Yeah. So anyway, he's calling the paramedics. He's putting pressure on the wounds and everything like that. Meanwhile, Jocelyn and Dex are getting to, they're dropping back to Port Charles. They talk to Brick, sirens and stuff like that. A shootout at the pier. They get there. They see Dante on the floor. So Dex, his military training, kind of comes in there and kind of helps out. And they're there, and Chase comes, and Chase is like, he comes there with the gun and everything like that. He's like, Dante. I was like, oh yeah, remember that guy, right? The guy that you decided to just let go, pursue two suspects, two dangerous, probably armed suspects, and you just went back, with the other cops where everything was all safe and secure. Remember that? Remember that, right? So he's there, and I think he's calling paramedics. He's listening to talking about my partner. I was like, oh, the partner that you left. Okay, cool. I'll double check. But yeah, eventually they do get there. Now Sam and Olivia wasn't really talking about much that was interesting, except for the fact that Drew, he's changed since he came back from prison, and I'm just like, yes, that's what happens to some people when they go through prison. They change. It's almost like, why is this like a surprise for you? I don't get that. So they talk about that. They talk about Dante. It was really heavy on Dante because eventually she does find out that Dante got shot, and she's asking, are those two going to get married and yada yada yada. And at this point, who knows? Still kind of weird that they share a sibling, but whatever. So that's going on. Amy was there for some odd reason to talk to the other nurse about Cyrus, because the nurse was like, hey, listen, he seems like a cool guy, whatever. Very inspiring and stuff like that. And Amy was like, yeah, you don't know the real him. Meanwhile, Heather was able to get out the cuffs, choke out the guard, and make her way to the church, where Cyrus, for some odd reason, is still trying to. I don't really understand why is it so important to get Laura's approval. I don't get that. Because at some point it's like, listen, you're either going to sit there and give it to me or you're not. I mean, me and Marty are somewhat cool, so either you're going to come around or you're not. But he's there to sit there and ask, what could he do? And this, that, and the third. I'm like, I don't get it. It sounds stupid. You need to stop this apology tour. Because, I mean, the stuff that you did, people are not going to forgive you. You need to just accept that. Anyway, Laura leaves and Heather comes in there. Heather comes in there with a hacksaw. Or, I think it's a hacksaw or whatever. And she's like, hey, listen, I'm going to get the truth out of you. That your actions caused the death of my daughter. So she starts waving the knife around, and, Cyrus is like, what are you talking about? I didn't want this to happen and everything like that. And that's true. He didn't want that to actually happen. But in the end, Laura came, took a bottle or something, and smacked her over the head. Eventually, she woke up, and as she's getting escorted by another guard, because for some odd reason, they felt it was just a really good idea just to have one guard there, to guard a sociopath like Heather Weber, but whatever. Um, and as she's walking out, she starts having these convulsions or whatever, and they're like, all right, well, you just faking this at this point. And she does collapse, so who the hell knows? But I knew it was not going to sit there and just kill Cyrus off. Now, Dante, I don't think they most likely will. He's been on the show for a very long time. I've seen this actor do other things. Very mixed results, I'll sit there and say. One show was good. I think it was Battlestar Galactica, I think. And then it was a alien movie where these aliens was vampires, and it seemed like a silent film. So you can kind of take your pick about that one. But I think he's going to be there for a while. I think he's going to be there for a while. I think he's, there's some to saying he's in critical condition. And, like, yeah, because, I mean, how long did it take for these, cops and ambulance and everything like that to come? And then Jason seemed like he got shot. When? I have no idea. But he has a bullet wound or a bullet scratch or something like that on him. So I don't really know when that took place, but okay. The last scene, because I almost forgot about this, the last scene is with Marshall, Curtis, and Stella. And, Marshall tells Curtis, hey, listen, I got, he finds out that Marshall got misdiagnosed as far as being schizophrenic. And the whole body of this conversation is Stella being like, hey, listen, we can sit there and try to find this doctor and you can sit there and confront him. And Marshall's like, well, what's the point? I mean, what's done is done. We can't change that. The only thing I can sit there and do is live my best life moving forward, which I 100% agree. But for some odd reason, Stella and Curtis want to sit there and confront this guy. Why? I have no idea. Because in the end, what is that really going to sit there and do? You're just going to sit there and drudge up more pain. It happened. It sucks. It's terrible. But, if he says that he wants to sit there and move on, moving forward, why don't you just sit there and respect his wishes instead of they're trying to, drill it in that it's so important, it's so imperative that we sit there and talk to this guy. What is it actually going to do? Well, for some odd reason, that's what they decided to do. He kept doing it, and then, Moses was like, all right, fine, I guess we'll sit there and do it. Yeah, I don't really, I don't, I agree with him the first time. Just move on, it sucks, but what is that going to accomplish? I don't get that. Oh, and the last thing, and I almost forgot about that. The last thing is Sonny asking Ava to get Spinelli to take down the footage and stuff like that, the cameras, whatever they got to sit there and do. This way they can see the footage first. So he trusts Ava with that, saying that he's probably going to get locked up, but they're going to let her go. Then John finds a camera. Well, one of his men finds a camera. He's like, I need to sit there and see where that feed is coming from. So, yeah. Now, I saw the previews, and it's, Olivia is pissed, and Olivia's like, did you have anything to do with this? Now, he kind of did, in a sense that he did try to draw out this person, whoever the shooter is, and because of that, the cops and everything like that, they got called in. So by circumstance, he did kind of cause this. He didn't cause it in a way where he told the guy to shoot him, but he caused this in a way of him setting a trap that led to all this. I feel like there's more, but I'll be here for like another 15 something minutes. So, come to the live stream tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Everything else that I can sit there and think of, we'll sit there and talk about in the live stream because there's a lot. And we're going to be sitting there talking about all the shows as well. General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born to Be Beautiful, Young and Restless. Because I got thoughts on those as well. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.